First round. Hopefully you can hear me. Nearly at the end of the
Before
first
the age
round
of
of
the
this Kell
twilight
Brook Errol
set
Spence
upon the
fight.
gods, a legend.
My live audio commentary. Let me make sure that the game audio is low. Okay, yeah, so you should be able to hear me loud and clear. End of the first round, Brook versus Spence. Very, very cagey. Let's see how the rest of the fight goes. Same Hussein, what's up, bro? What did you think of the first round? Let me try to sort out these settings here. As always, YouTube settings need to be sorted out. I felt like Brook looked very nervous before the fight, but I think that's normal for him. Spence looked a bit more relaxed, but that was still a very circumspect round by Errol Spence there. Both very, very cagey, him and Brook. Very, very cagey. Spence going to the body there, aiming for the body. Start round 2. Let's see if Kell Brook can land them chocolate brownies. You know, Spence is trying to box here. I really thought he'd be applying more pressure, but he does tend to start quite circumspect, Errol Spence. He doesn't usually fly out at his opponent. He's normally quite methodical with the way that he approaches things, and he gradually cranks up the pressure. But, you know, being in with Brook, who's obviously somebody that's a lot better than the opponents he's faced in the past, he might be even more circumspect. Good shots there from Kell Brook. Good right hand. Not sure how cleanly it landed, but it definitely pushed Spence off balance. I think Brook is boxing well here. He's outboxing Spence. Spence's advantage was always going to be up close on the inside. Brook is definitely the better, sharper man on the outside. Here's more of what I expected from Spence. In close, he's digging to the body there with a left hand. Good jab from Spence. Going to the body again. We'll see. He's been warned by Howard Foster there. Keep the punches up. We'll see if he can sustain that body attack and what type of effect, if any, it has on Kell Brook. We know Brook is always in tremendous shape, but if he's weight drained, then body shots might start to have an effect on him. We'll see. Midway through the second round, Brook still outboxing Spence on the outside, but Spence getting his left hand to the body off again and again. He's really digging them shots into Kell Brook's stomach there. Good right hand by Kell Brook. It's a good fight already, people. Good fight already. Spence keeping a tight guard. This is something I talked about in my pre-fight video. I said that Spence will have to concentrate on the body early because he might be getting picked off at long range by Brook. He has to be careful, keep a tight guard, and just dig to the body when he can, and then he can gradually build up the pace the longer the fight goes. Spence really starting to apply pressure. Have those body shots already got to Brook, or is he just playing it safe by keeping his distance from Errol Spence? This is more the typical Errol Spence. Spence also has a very good right hook. He's been throwing mainly lefts. That's good from Kell Brook. Go to Spence's body. This is another thing I talked about in the pre-fight video. Spence is a body puncher. Brook needs to also counter them body shots by going to Spence's body. Oh, no. See, Brook has got to get off the ropes. Can't be letting Spence pin him on the ropes like that and start getting off shots. I thought the second round was close. It was close. Maybe went to Spence with the aggression and the body shots, but Kell Brook did pick some good headshots off. So pick who you think won that second round. See, Spence was actually blocking Brook shots there, but he did get through Brook with a right hand that got through Spence's guard in that slow motion. Yeah, this is gonna be a good fight. You can tell already, people. This is gonna be a good fight. I'm excited for this one already. I already feel like I got my money's worth. Let's see how this fight develops. It's so far it's kind of what I expected with Brook side and Spence, as you see, being the better guy on the inside. So see how this develops. Very interesting so far. Becoming a physical. Spence is more used to these physical kind of fights than Brook is. So in terms of actually trading on the inside, I know Brook held Sean Porter off very well with physicality, but Porter wasn't really landing much on the inside. His work is more sloppy than Spence's. Spence really, really trying to go to town on the inside there. Good right hand by Brook. Ooh, good hook by Spence. The right hook. This is going to be a tough fight for either for both of these guys. But right now, it's getting tough for Kell Brook because Spence is really walking him down here. This is what Spence does. For those of you who don't know what Spence does, this is what he does. If you weren't sure what kind of fighter he is, this is the kind of fighter he is. He walks the guys down, relentless pressure, body shots, but it's all with good fundamentals. Did Brook shake Spence up with something there? Because Spence is backing off all of a sudden for no particular reason. Good shots by Spence though off the ropes. Spence trying to get that right jab off. This is really, really good action. High quality boxing right here, people. Brook trying to get them chocolate brownies off. He did manage to back Spence off there. I'm not sure why Spence backed off it, if it was just a tactical change mid-round or Brook shook him with something. But I feel like Spence has done overall the better work so far in this round, round 3. Even though he is backing off here. So far, there's still 44 seconds left. Let's see how it goes. Let me just sort out some more settings here, people. Bear with me a second. Alright, got that. Save. Alright, coming towards the end of the 3rd round. Very interesting round. Yeah, I'm sure people are going to be split on who it went to. The first half of the round, I thought Spence. The second half of the round, Brook. But Brook didn't really do much in the second half of the round other than come forward. He wasn't really landing anything significant. So I'd maybe give the 3rd round to Spence. But these are, nip and tuck rounds here, people. You guys might be scoring them differently, and that's perfectly legit as far as I'm concerned. This is very competitive so far, as expected. Good jab there. And the right hand by Brook. That was kind of partially caught in between Spence's gloves, so it kind of took the sting off that chocolate brownie there that landed in between Spence's gloves. But it did land. It was still a scoring shot. That was a shot there that landed for Errol Spence. Left hand. Fourth round. Let's see what's going to happen here. Brook getting that right hand off again. That's what he needs to do. Keep hitting him with that right hand. He can't allow him to walk him down. Keep them chocolate brownies coming. Good right hand by Brook. Good right hand. Spence seems to have abandoned his body attack here a little bit. He was really, really targeting the body. There's more of the body shots again from Errol Spence. That's what he needs to do. There again, body attack. Very good left hand to the body. I'm not sure if that hit Brook on the elbow, if that landed. Good body attack by Spence. Brook has to be feeling these body shots by now. He has to be feeling this. Brook doing more holding now. And I guess he has to keep on holding until the referee tells him to stop holding, because you can't take body shots like that for 12 rounds and not slow down a lot. Ooh, Spence trying to go there with the counter. Straight left hand down the pipe. Very, very competitive fight so far. Very good fight. This particular round, I think Spence is winning this fourth round. I think his work has been more effective. And in the other round, when Spence moved backwards, I wasn't sure if he'd been hurt by something Kell Brook had thrown, or if it was just tactical, him just switching up the looks in the middle of the round. And I think maybe he was just switching it up, because he's kind of done the same a little bit for a minute here. Oh, good shots by Errol Spence there. Good body shot. Good shots by Brook. Good right hand by Brook. Good right hand by Brook. Neither guy's been hurt by headshots yet. Neither guy's been noticeably hurt by body shots yet. But Spence is still digging them in. He's very adept at landing those body shots, Errol Spence, as you can see. Constantly digging to the body. But Brook has held up well so far under the body attack. Obviously, he's in tremendous condition in that midsection. Man don't have a six-pack. He's got like an 18-pack. He's got abdominals that you didn't even know existed. Latvia Boxing says Spence is winning the fight. Music says Brooks looking very comfortable. Somebody says Brook up by 2. I mean, these are close rounds, people. These are close rounds. You know, I can easily say that Spence is winning or Brook is winning. It's all to do with who's landing the effective punches. It's not who looks more composed. Who's landing the most effective punches. It's not about who looks sloppy. Who is landing more clean, effective shots. And a lot of these rounds are open to interpretation. Yeah, some of you probably are a little bit ahead of me. I'm watching this on a stream, so some of you are probably a bit ahead of me in terms of how far you are in the fight. Right, start around 5. That's where I'm at. A very, very evenly matched fight at the moment. Brook has held up very, very well under the Spence attack to the body. And, you know, people are saying Spence looks a bit sloppy with his shots. That's because he's being held a lot of the time. At the same time, he's trying to land the body shots. Brook is kind of pushing a forearm in his face or putting an arm on his shoulder, as you can see there. Every time Spence tries to attack, Brook puts an arm around him or over him or whatever, and that makes Spence lose his balance. And as long as the referee is letting Brook get away with it, then he's going to keep on doing it. It's effective. It's somewhat smothering and nullifying Spence's work. So, yeah, round 5 at the moment is Brook's round. Spence really not doing anything effective here. Brook looking stronger in the clinches. And that's right. Brook needs to go to the body. He needs to do that. Spence once more has kind of forgotten about his body work. Let's see if he goes back there. Okay, left hand off to the body there. Very good fight so far here. Very good fight. This is definitely the most interesting of Kell Brook's world title fights so far, in my view. Even more interesting than the Porter fight was. Brook is making Spence think here, and that's very good. That's very good. A good right hand there from Brook. This is definitely a round for Kell Brook, this fifth. Definitely. Definitely a Kell Brook round. He's making Spence overthink. Spence is at his best when he's marauding forward and letting the shots fly. When he becomes a bit too circumspect, particularly in the middle of the fight like this, round 5, that's a problem for Errol Spence. That means he's not comfortable. But normally by this point in the fight, Errol Spence is like a steam train, just building up a head of steam and relentlessly going forward. But obviously this is a much better fighter than he's used to being in with. Good shots there from Spence. Good body attack. Brook holding on. The only real good attack there from Spence in this round. Not enough to give him the round, but it was a good attack. Maybe he might have done some damage, but Brook seems okay. Round 5, definitely a Kell Brook round in my book. On my card, 100%. Very, very good fight so far. Very interesting. At the moment, the way it's looking, because both guys are being defensively quite tight, and neither guy's really letting it all hang out yet. Good right hand by Kell Brook. Spence took that right hand very well. I mean, people who were questioning Errol Spence's chin, I mean, he took that chocolate brownie very well. Very, very well. Good left uppercut there as well from Brook on the inside. Didn't see that. Excuse me. Good left uppercut from Brook on the inside. And that's probably what got Spence's respect and backed him off a little bit there. All right, here we go. Round 6. Let's see how this develops. Again, just to reiterate, I'm sure some of you guys are a bit ahead of me. I'm watching on the stream. So, Spence staggered there, or did he just fall off balance? I think he just fell off balance. Oh, he's got Brook on the ropes, unloading body shots. Good body shots from Spence. Oh, right hook from Spence. Brook holding on. Brook holding on. Not sure if a body shot hurt him there or he was just trying to nullify what Spence was doing. But any opportunity Spence gets here, he needs to dig to that body. Brook is holding on more and more. Good left on the inside from Spence. Will Howard Foster do anything about all this holding? Is the holding excessive? That's something that was complained about in the Sean Porter fight. Brook's certainly doing a hell of a lot of it. But at the same time, even though he's doing holding, the referee Howard Foster is not breaking them up quickly on the inside, which is something that would be detrimental to Spence. Spence wants to be allowed to get his shots off up close. So I guess it's 2 of one and half a dozen of the other, although excessive holding is illegal and inside fighting is not. So you can make that argument. But still, here we are, middle of the 6th round, even so far in the 6th. Spence maybe done a little bit better work in the first half of the 6th. Brook still looking comfortable, but not really landing anything effective in this round. Spence had that attack at the start of the round, and Brook has really done nothing to counteract what Brook did at the start there, other than just move around looking imposing, but not really landing anything. Spence looking for his own straight left hand there. Good body shot by Brook. Needs to go, keep digging to Spence's body. Needs to do that. Dig to Spence's body. All right, Spence trapping him on the ropes again. Yeah, Brook coming forward and trying to nullify. Has to keep doing that. I'm impressed with how well Brook has held up under the body attack so far, because he hasn't really shown any negative effects from the body attack. Good shot by Kell Brook. Good shot. Good shot by Kell Brook. Good right hand. And another one. Is he hurt Spence? Good right hand by Kell Brook in the 6th round here. Spence responding. Good jab there by Spence. Close round. Good attack by Brook at the end, but Spence, a good early part of the round. I would edge that round towards Spence, but you could give it to Brook. Close round. Brook definitely finished the round better. Spence started it better. Sean Porter says he has it even after 6. I can't even argue with that. You could have Brook ahead. You could have Spence ahead. A lot of swing rounds here, people. A lot of swing rounds. Very, very close fight. Yeah, he just tripped over there. He didn't actually. Looking at the replay, when Brook landed that right hand, Errol Spence actually countered with his own left. I didn't see that at the time. But that was a very good right hand from Kell Brook. Spence has certainly proved he's got a chin in this fight. People were worried about his chin or concerned or had questions about his chin because he'd been shook up in one of his early fights. Well, no question about his chin now. He's taking them chocolate brownies okay so far. The Sky team have got Kell Brook in a commanding lead. They've only given Errol Spence 1 round in the fight on Carl Froch's scorecard. I find that extraordinary. I do not find that a realistic scorecard at all. 1 round to Errol Spence, the first. Don't agree with that at all. Errol Spence has definitely won more than 1 round. That's wishful commentary scoring, to put it mildly. Legs getting tangled up there, which they can with the southpaw and orthodox. Two very evenly matched fighters here. Spence taking a breather, it seems, here on the back foot. Good right hand by Brook. And Brook needs to do this. Brook needs to take advantage of all these occasions when Spence is on the back foot, because Spence is really not that effective on the back foot. He's tried to counter punch a few times on the back foot, but whenever he goes backwards, he just gives Kell Brook the advantage. And yeah, Kell Brook needs to take full advantage of that advantage by getting a breather, by also putting pressure on Spence. And I like the way he was leaning on Spence there and pushing him against the ropes, trying to tire Spence out. That's good tactics there by Kell Brook. 1:09 left in the 7th round. Is Spence feeling the pace a bit here? Brook still seems very fresh. Very fresh. And considering he's come down in weight and he's a very big welterweight and all that kind of business, very, very impressed by the fact that Kell Brook has not been perceptively slowed down by the body attack from Errol Spence. Very impressed by that. Brook in tremendous condition. Nobody landing anything clean in this round here, but Brook has been the ring general. So despite the fact neither man has been landing clean, I'm giving this round to Kell Brook. Because, you know, as I say, nobody's really landed anything, but at least Brook is trying to engage, whereas Spence is being a bit negative here. So I'm going to give this 7th round, unless something dramatic happens in this last 10 seconds, I'm giving the 7th round to Kell Brook, definitely. I'm not keeping track of my score here, people, so I'll have to go watch my live stream back to find out exactly how I scored it. Yeah, that was definitely a Kell Brook round as far as I'm concerned, that 7th. Definitely. Yeah, Spence going to the body early a lot. He's abandoned the body. He needs to keep going to the body. It's almost as if he's been discouraged from going to the body by the fact that Kell Brook hasn't slowed down. But Kell Brook has been landing headshots on him. So maybe Errol Spence has kind of got that revenge in his mind. He's thinking, you know what, I need to land headshots because he's landing headshots. His corner, his team will be well advised to tell Spence to keep going to the body. Relentless. Just keep going, keep going. You never know. You might land on that sweet spot and score a knockdown with a body shot. So he has to keep going to the body. Be a very, very big mistake for Errol Spence to abandon it, because that's one of his advantages in the fight. Boxing on the outside, he's not as sharp as Kell Brook. He's not as good at Kell Brook at long range. We knew that going into the fight. His advantage is up close on the inside, body shots, inside work, short shots, hooks and uppercuts. That's where Spence is at home. That's what he does best. That's what he needs to stick to and concentrate on here. Again, he's backing off. Is Spence tired? Why is he backing off here? This is very, very good news for Kell Brook if Spence keeps backing off. If Spence keeps backing off like this is Brook's fight, definitely. I can't see Spence winning this fight on the back foot. No way. Brook is too good at long range for that. And why is Spence doing it? Is he tired? Finally, a left hand to the body by Spence there. Good chocolate brownie right hand by Brook. Okay, Spence looking for his own straight left. Legs getting tangled up a lot. Good shots by Brook. Good shots. Good shots by Kell Brook. Not sure they were landing particularly clean, but they were thrown with intent, and they were maybe partially blocked by Spence. But, you know, Spence's work rate has dropped right off here, which is surprising me. He's normally a guy who builds up a head of steam, as I said earlier. And by the midway stage of a fight, he's thrown a lot. And obviously, just to reiterate again, he's never been in with anybody as good as Brook before. Okay, he's finally going to the body again. All right. Not sure if that left hand landed there from Spence, but he went for it. Good left hand there from Spence. Okay, he's making more of an effort now to get his shots off. Trying to go underneath with the body again. Good left hand from Spence. But Brook is, you know, his midsection, perhaps Brook did even extra work in this training camp on his midsection, anticipating the good shots there from Errol Spence. Yeah, perhaps Brook did even more work than usual on his midsection for this camp, knowing the type of body attack that he'd be under in this fight against Errol Spence. Spence is actually having quite a good round here, people. Landing good shots, good body shots, and a couple good headshots a few seconds ago, as you saw from Errol Spence. Yeah, this is a Spence round, the 8th. So Brook, the 7th round, Spence, the 8th round so far. Bossing it on the inside, body shots, hooks and uppercuts. Errol Spence taking this one so far for me, the 8th. Good shot from Kell Brook there, though. Good right hand. I think that landed in Errol Spence's mouth. Did that hurt Errol Spence? Oh, trading shots at the end of the 8th. Trading good shots at the end of the 8th. Spence looking tired to me. Mouth open. But I would say Brook did well to come back at the end of the round, right at the last few seconds, like veterans do. But I still feel Errol Spence took the 8th. Close fight. Let's see who takes it down the stretch. 4 rounds to go. Who is going to win this fight? Looks like it's going to points at the moment. Kell Brook's left eye looks swollen. Is the left eye the one that he hurt against Golovkin? I don't think it is it? I think it's the right eye that was hurt against Golovkin. Correct me if I'm wrong. But Kell Brook's left eye looks swollen. So hopefully it's not the same eye that was injured in the Golovkin fight. I'm not sure if that's from a head or from a right hook or a left hand that landed awkwardly. I don't know. But his left eye does look a bit swollen there. So a lot of the journalists and pundits and fighters ringside have got very, very different scorecards. Steve Farhood of Showtime has got it even. Sean Porter's got Errol Spence up by a round or two. Tony Bellew and a couple other of the British fighters have got Brook up marginally by a couple of rounds. So yeah, some varying scorecards. I think Carl Froch's is the widest. Everybody else has it fairly close. Froch only gave, I think, up until the 6th round, Spence 1 round. Everybody else has got it fairly close. All right, Spence clearly trying to rally here. And he needs to rally. You know, if he's going to win this fight, and it's looking like it's going to points, then he's going to need to seriously bite down on his gum shield and win these last 4 rounds big. Because it's that type of fight. There's too many close rounds. Spencer's got to dig in here. He has seriously got to dig in. Seriously got to dig in. All right, Kell Brook has got some tape come loose there. It's been a rough fight. That could have legitimately come loose. Doesn't necessarily mean it's an Angelo Dundee, Muhammad Ali, Henry Cooper type situation. Obviously not with a split glove, but with loose tape. Bought Brook a few extra seconds there under Spence's attack. Let's see what Brook can do. Both guys showing they can take each other's power in this fight. And Brook, again, more impressive to me is how Brook is able to take Spence's body shots and not show any effect at all, it seems. That's what's impressive to me, because the fact that he's so big and he struggles so much at 147 pounds, to be able to take body shots like that and still be strong here in the 9th round, very impressive from Kell Brook. In tremendous condition in the midsection. Let's see what happens here in the 9th round. Really nothing much has happened in this round other than the glove thing for Brook. Brook seems to be taking a bit of a breather. Spence not taking advantage. Spence letting him have this breather. Needs to stay on him. Look at Brook. Brook is just trying to take a round off here. He's trying to take a round off. Spence is allowing it. Needs to get on top of him. Needs to cut the ring off. Go to that body. Get them body attacks off. Okay, more shots here from Errol Spence. You know, this is a round that Brook is giving away because of the fact that he's just taking a breather. So you're going to have to give this 9th round to Errol Spence. Brook really not doing anything here. Not trying to even get shots off at the moment. Just Errol Spence doing everything. Good right hook by Errol Spence there. Brook really throwing nothing. Is he really... Oh, good attack by Errol Spence. Brook really holding on. Is he hurt, Kell Brook? Is Brook hurt? Brook seems very tired here, people. Good body attack by Errol Spence. Brook is not throwing back. Brook is really holding on. He's not throwing back. 13 seconds left in the 9th round. Brook needs that bell to go. He is under heavy fire. He's taking heavy shots here from Errol Spence. Brook needs to... Wow, this bell needs to go for Kell Brook. This bell needs to ring. Kell Brook, very tired at the end of the 9th. Very, very tired, Kell Brook, at the end of the 9th, but he raises his arm up in defiance, as if to say, nah, man, I still got this. Very, very tough round there for Kell Brook. His left eye is swelling quite badly now. And he did well to get through that round, to be honest, without going down. 3 more rounds to go. Let's see if Errol Spence can pull it out in the championship rounds and do enough to win this fight. Either force the stoppage or win the last 3 rounds big enough to win the fight on the cards. Let's see. That's a vicious attack by Errol Spence, watching the replay here in between the 9th and the 10th round. Vicious attacks from Errol Spence in that round. Kell Brook holding on, in a lot of trouble there. Not really physically, not really hurt with headshots, but kind of overwhelmed and tired. And just getting worked over a little bit. As I say, both guys have shown the ability to take the other man's power. Let's see what happens here in these last 3. Has Brook got anything left in the tank? Because he can't let Spence get off all them shots like he did in the previous round. Maybe the body shots are starting to pay off here for Errol Spence. I've been impressed so far with how Brook's been able to take them. Oh, Brook in trouble again. Brook in trouble. Brook down. Brook down. Brook down at the start of the 10th round. Down goes Kell Brook. Brook's eye is very badly swollen. His left eye terribly swollen under it. It looks like them body shots have finally caught up to Kell Brook here. Can Errol Spence finish the show? Can he close the show? Kell Brook in desperate trouble. Up against the ropes. Will Howard Foster step in? Now, Brook is in serious trouble. He needs to hold. Howard Foster's going to step in if he don't throw punches back. Brook needs to throw something back. Either hold or throw back. Hold or throw back. Man, look at me. Brook finally throwing something back. You have to throw. You can't let Spence get off all them unanswered shots. Brook coming back. Massive heart from Kell Brook. Massive heart. He needs to keep throwing back, man. Whatever he's got in his tank, he has to let it go now, or else he's going to get taken out here. This is a 10-8 round for Errol Spence, regardless of what happens. Unless Brook manages to drop him. Brook in serious trouble here. Serious trouble. Errol Spence working him over. 1 minute 22 left in the 10th. Vicious attacks here from Errol Spence. This is what Spence does. For those of you saying Spence is a hype job and all this kind of stuff, this is what Spence is about. This is what he does. This is what he's very effective at. The inside stuff, the short uppercuts and hooks, relentless stuff, Marvin Hagler style. I'm not saying he's as good as Hagler. Long way to go before he can prove that. But his style of fighting is very similar to Marvin Hagler, other than the switch hitting, because Hagler was really a big-time switch hitter. But Spence, very similar approach to Hagler. Good right hand by Kell Brook there. Did he shake Errol Spence up with that right hand? This 10th round is a torrid round for Kell Brook. Woo! Errol Spence missing terribly there with a left hand. Vicious exchange there against the ropes. Kell Brook showing a massive heart. We always knew he had a massive heart. Showing a massive heart in this round right here in the 10th. Jeez, Brook is in serious trouble. Good left hand by Errol Spence. Spence has to be energized right now by the success he's had. This is his breakthrough round, really. It's been nip and tuck all the way through the fight. Brook has been the boss on the outside. Spence has had his fleeting moments of success on the inside. But this round right here, the 10th round, could be pivotal. It could decide the way this fight is going to go, either on the cards or if there's a stoppage. Let's see what happened in that round there. Big left hand by Errol Spence on Brook's chin. Watching the slow motion here. The jab there from Spence. Them short chopping shots that Spence throws. You know, not the biggest one-punch merchant, Spence, but a hurtful puncher, and he's just relentless. He just keeps chipping away at you with them little shots. Just keeps chipping away. Accurate little body shots and hooks and uppercuts, and he gets to you. This is what he does. And obviously he's very, very physically fit, Errol Spence, to be able to fight like this. 12 rounds, and yeah, them body shots that he sunk into Kell Brook's torso early in the fight, they're paying off. Let's see what happens here, people. 11th round. Let's see what happens. Six minutes to go. Carl Froch finally has Spence ahead by 1 point. There are going to be widely varying scorecards, I'm sure, for this fight. Let me take a sip of my drink. Oh, the glove again. Now, it's happened twice in a row now. I have to start suspecting that that's deliberate by the Brook team. They're trying to buy Brook some extra time because he's tired. I have to start suspecting that might be deliberate anyway. It is a trick that corners do play when their fighter is tired in a fight, to buy him some extra time to rest. Spence needs to be on Brook right now. He needs to be on Brook like white on rice. All over him. Body shots there. Oh, good shots from Kell Brook. Good shots from Kell Brook. Good shots. Errol Spence again showing a chin. Jeez, because them shots were very heavy shots that Kell Brook landed to Errol Spence's head. Very good shots. Brook switching to southpaw, giving Errol Spence a different look, but he needs to watch out for Spence's right hook if he's going to stay in that southpaw stance. Spence all over Brook here. 1 minute 56 to go in the 11th round. Right hook by Errol Spence. This is another Errol Spence round it's looking like here, people. Will he manage to drop Brook again? Brook holding on desperately. He's shattered here. Brook is shattered. He is knackered. He's dabbing the eye. Brook goes down. Brook down voluntarily because of his eye. Is that the eye that was injured against Golovkin? I don't think it is. It's the other eye. It's the right eye that was injured against Golovkin, I'm sure. Maybe I'm wrong. It's over. It's over. Errol Spence defeats Kell Brook, 11th round TKO. Kell Brook basically quit. I don't know what's wrong with his eye. He seemed to voluntarily take a knee. And he quit in the fight. What happened to his eye? Is that the eye that was injured against Golovkin? I swear it was his right and not his left against Golovkin. You guys correct me if I'm wrong. But basically, Kell Brook quit there. Errol Spence has proven to you guys who said he was a hype job, this, that, and the other, Jeff Lacey, nonsense. Errol Spence is the truth. He went in there, he did a job. It was a very competitive fight, but Spence, the younger guy with a better inside game, who maybe makes the weight a little bit easier, managed to get the stoppage in the end. Great fight, great event, and we have a new champion in the welterweight division, the IBF world champion Errol Spence. Great win for him, defeating the champion in his backyard in front of 27,000, whatever it was. I'd like to hear what Kell Brook says about the injury, the eye injury. I mean, it's not like his eye was closed or anything, but there's obviously something bothering him about the eye. I hope he hasn't got a detached retina or something like that. Maybe he felt like he had another broken orbital bone, perhaps. I don't know. Did the corner throw the towel? There was something wrong there with Kell Brook's eye. Great fight, though, people. Great fight. And, yeah. Very good attack there from Errol Spence at the end. Taking Kell Brook out, taking his belt. Yeah. All right. I think I'm going to end this stream right here. Do my post-fight video, people. This was my live audio commentary. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Off to do my post-fight video. Spence is the man. Man down. Man down. Man down. Strap season. Big up everyone for tuning in to the commentary. All right. I'm out.